Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to do this pretty pattern. It's a really pretty pattern. It's quick as well because you just repeat these 4 rows and then these 2 treble crochet rows. These are UK treble crochets. If you're in the USA, they're double crochets for you. And then you just do this little double V stitch again, and it makes it look like little lemon sherbets, and that's why I called it lemon sherbet. You can call it anything you want. You can make it in any yarn that you want. You can use the hook size. It tells you on the yarn that you want to do. Now when I show you how to do this, you'll see the top end of this before we put the border on, and you can leave it like that. You don't need to do the border across the top if you don't want to. You can just do the border down the sides. Now the squeaking you can hear is Muttley in the background with his ball, but I'm going to show you how to do this. So the stitch count for this is 14. You're going to do your stitches in sets of 14, then you'll add an extra 5 stitches on at the end. Now use the hook size. It tells you on the yarn that you've chosen to make your project with. So you just do a yarn over and pull through. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've got a small chain. I'm going to do a small sample of this. You can make yours much bigger by continually doing sets of 14. Now we're going to add an extra 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now you're going to count back 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now into that 7th stitch, the 7th stitch, you're going to do a UK treble crochet, and if you're in the USA, that's a double crochet for you. So all these skip stitches are going to count for 1 treble crochet, 1 chain and 2 skip stitches. That's all that is going to account for. I'll show you that in a moment. So count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and into the 7th stitch do a treble crochet. And this is what those stitches are going to do. That's going to make your first little box. You're going to chain 1, skip 1 and do a treble crochet. This is a really easy pattern because once you've got this row done, you can follow it on all the consecutive rows after it. You're going to skip 2 stitches, 1, 2. And in here you're going to do that double V stitch. So yarn over and go skip 2 and into there. Put 2 treble crochets, 1 and 2 into the same stitch. Chain 1 and then put another 2 in. You're making a double V stitch. So that's 1 and 2. You're going to skip 2 stitches, 1, 2 and put a treble crochet into the next one. And this is a double crochet if you're in the USA. So count that as stitch 1. We need 5 along, so that's stitch 1. Chain 1, skip 1 and then treble crochet into the next stitch. That's 2, 1, 2. Chain 1, skip 1 and treble crochet into the next stitch. That's 3. So we've got 1, 2 and 3. Chain 1, skip 1 and treble crochet. That's 4. Chain 1, skip 1 and treble crochet. That's us got 5. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. We're going to do the double V stitch again. So skip 2 stitches and do your double V stitch. 2 treble crochet, 1 chain and 2 treble crochet. all into the same stitch. So that's 2 treble crochet, chain 1 and 2 treble crochet, 1 and 2. So I've done my last V-stitch. I'm going to skip 2 and do a treble crochet, chain 1, skip 1, treble crochet. We only need 3 on the end and at the beginning. Chain 1, skip 1 and treble crochet into your last stitch. Now if you happen to have extra stitches here, just pick them out. Pick them out as long as you've got the correct pattern. Sometimes when you do this, it squashes your stitches in and you might miss a stitch in here. You might just skip 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you should have 5 treble crochet. You should have, that counts as your first treble crochet. You've got 1, 2 and 3. You've got your double V-stitch, then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, double V-stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, double V-stitch. You'll do that all the way along the length of your chain, and you should have skip 2, treble crochet, chain 1, skip 1, treble crochet, chain 1, skip 1 and treble crochet at the end. Now what you're going to do is you're going to repeat that row 4 times. So that's row 1. You're going to do another 3 rows of this, and you can follow the pattern. So chain 1, 2, 3. That's your treble crochet. Chain 1 more for the chain 1. And that will make the box. Now into the top of this treble crochet, you're going to treble crochet. You can follow the pattern now. So you've got a chain 1, treble crochet into the top of this one. And that gives you your little boxes here on the end. So into the top, so into there, and put 2 treble crochet, 1, 2, chain 1, and put another 2 in. 1 and 2. Skip these 2 stitches and you're going to do a treble crochet. So that is part of that V-stitch. Skip those 2 stitches and do a treble crochet. Then follow your pattern along. Chain 1, treble crochet, chain 1 and treble crochet, and you should have 5 treble crochets along. 1, 2, 3, chain 1, treble crochet into the top of that one. That's 4, chain 1 and treble crochet into the top of that one, and that's 5. And you're building your little blocks in between your double V stitch. So we're going straight over there. Do not chain 1 when you go into this double V stitch. 2 treble crochet, 1 chain and 2 treble crochet. And if you're in the USA, these are double crochets for you. So that's 1, 2, chain 1 and 2 more. 1 and 2. Skip these 2 stitches, skip them because that's part of that V stitch. Skip those and put a treble crochet in there. Chain 1 and work along. So into this chain space here, you're going to skip 1 chain and do a treble crochet into the next one. And that gives you your box. Now that's you got 2 rows done. You're going to do 2 more rows. You need 4 rows of these double V stitches. So it's chain 3, 1, 2, 3. That's a treble crochet. Chain 1 more. That's your chain 1. So that's a treble crochet and a chain 1. and follow the pattern along for 2 more rows. So I'll do that, and once I've got my 4 rows done, I'll come back and show you what to do next. So once you've got your 4 rows done, this is what you have. Now you can make this as big as you want, do as many sets of 14 as you want. Now what you're going to do is we're going to do 2 rows of treble crochets, and if you're in the USA, that's double crochets for you. So you're going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and turn your work around. Now we're going to put a treble crochet into the chain space, yarn over and into there. We're not doing any chains at all. We're going to put 1 into the top of this treble crochet, 1 into the chain space, 1 into that treble crochet. Now on this double V stitch, you're going to put 1 into each of the stitches, 1 into the chain space and 1 into each of these stitches. You put 1 in this stitch, 1 in the chain space, 1 in the stitch, 1 in the chain space, all the way along, and you'll do 2 rows of treble crochets. So into the top of that stitch, then into the next one of the V stitch, into the chain, oops, yarn over, then 1 into the next stitch on that V, and 1 into the next one. You're going to go 1 into the next treble crochet all the way along, 1 into the chain space, 1 into the top of the treble crochet, and you'll do that all the way along your work. You'll put 1 treble crochet in, chain 3, and then do 1 more row of treble crochet, and I'll come back when I've got my 2 rows done of my treble crochet. So I've got my second row of my treble crochets done. I'm going to do these 4 rows again up here. So we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, that's your treble crochet, chain 1 more, that makes 4, that's your chain 1, that's going to make that little box that's here. Turn your work, going to skip a stitch and do a treble crochet, chain 1, skip a stitch and do a treble crochet. You're going to skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and build that double V stitch. So skip 2 stitches and put 2 treble crochet, 1 chain and 2 treble crochet into this stitch. 1, 2, chain 1 and into the same stitch 2 more treble crochets, and you've got your little double V stitch, and it should line up with those ones. So when you're doing this video, you'll do your 4 rows of your double V stitch, your 2 rows of treble crochet, then rewind the video back to this row, and you'll be able to do your next row of your double V stitches, and you'll do 4 rows on top of each other. Then you'll do your 2 treble crochet rows, then you'll do 4 of your double V stitch rows and 2 of those, and finish with 4 of your V stitch rows, and then I'll show you how to go all the way around it and make a border all the way around. So we're going to skip 2 stitches, and you're going to skip 2 and treble crochet into the next stitch. Now we're going to do those 5 here. So that's your first stitch. Chain 1, skip 1 and treble crochet. Chain 1, skip 1 and treble crochet. So that's you got 1, 2 and 3. And that's you back on your pattern. So you'll do that row another 3 times. Then you'll do the the treble crochet row twice, and then do another 4 of the V-stitch. Just rewind the video and follow this row here again. So this is what your pattern is going to look like. You're going to do your 4 rows of your double V-stitch, your 2 rows of your treble crochet. Make it as wide as you want, make it as big as you want. And then when you've done your last 4 rows of your double V-stitch, I'm going to go around the whole thing twice with these UK treble crochets. And if you're in the USA, these are double crochets for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start in this corner. So I've finished the last of my rows of the double V-stitch. I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. I'm going to go in here and put 2 treble crochets, 1 and 2. This is going to be my corner. So into the top of the treble crochet you're going to put 1 treble crochet. Now into the chain space just put the 1 in, 1 into the treble crochet, just like you do along the top, just the way we did this one. 1 into the space, 1 into the treble crochet, into the side there. And you're going to do that all the way around your blanket. 1 into the space. When you get to this one, because we don't have a treble crochet there to go into, I'm going to put 2 into here, 1 and 2, 2 into this space here, 1 and 2, and we'll go back to doing 1 in the space and 1 in the treble crochet, 1 in that space, 1 into the treble crochet, 1 into that space, and work your way down the side of your project. 1 into the treble crochet, 1 into the space. Now we're nearly at this corner, so we're going to put 1 into the treble crochet. I'm going to put 2 into the space, 1, 2. I'm going to chain 2, 1, 2. This is going to make the corner, and put another 2 in there, 1 and 2, and that'll take you around the corner. It'll give you a nice little corner. So 1 into the treble crochet, just find your way in, 1 into the chain space, and work your way down the side. Now you've got 2 choices when you come along the top of your blanket. You can either do what we did down here and do 1 into each stitch, or you can leave it like that. If you want to leave it with that on the top of your blanket, I've put my 2 treble crochets into this corner. If you want to leave that pattern like that on the top, just chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and turn your work around, and then work all the way back around your 3 sides, and you can leave the top like that if you want. If you don't, I've put my 2 in into that corner, so 2 treble crochets into the corner, chain 2, 1, 2, and then put 2 more in to here, and that brings you around this corner. And then you'll work 1 into each stitch as you go along here. So on the very last row, I'm not going to go into the middle of your double V stitch. I'm going to skip that little chain and just move over to the stitch. It's going to keep the stitch count the same as the bottom. And work my way along. So I'm near the end. So remember we started with a chain of 3. I'm going to turn that into part of this block here. I've got 2 stitches there. So I'm going to put 1 into the corner, and I'm going to use the chain as the other one. I'm going to go into the second stitch in that chain and just pull through like that. I'm going to slip stitch into that space, slip stitch, and I'm going to chain 1, 2, 3. I'm going to chain 4 this time. That's going to be my corner, 1 treble crochet in my corner. So into this corner I'm going to put 2 treble crochets. So when we come all the way around, I'll do 1 treble crochet into here and then slip stitch up here to finish it off. So now I'm just going to go around and put 1 treble crochet into each stitch. Oops, I got caught up there. 1 into each of the stitches along. And when I get to the corner, I'll put 2 treble crochet, 2 chain and 2 treble crochet into the corner and work 1 into each stitch all the way along. And here in the corner I'll put 2 treble crochet, 2 chain and 2 treble crochet and work all the way around to the other side, and that will give me the 2 rows that I want. I don't want any more than the 2 rows, and it will straighten off all your blanket. So I've gone all the way around my work for the second time, and I've put 1 into this corner here because I've got my chain, remember. So I'm going to slip stitch into the 3rd stitch in the chain. Now when I told you at the beginning going around here and I done a chain of 3, that do a chain of 4 when you very first start all your edge of your work. And I know someone's going to say, oh, you only done a chain of 3 there, you didn't do a chain of 4. But do a chain of 4 when you start right into the corner for the very first time on your first round. So I'm going to slip stitch into the 3rd stitch here, pull through, cut my yarn, and just pull it through here. Now this is just a small sample. You'll do your 4 rows of your double V stitches, 2 rows of your UK treble crochet. If you're in the USA, that's double crochets for you. Then back to your 4 rows of your V stitch, then your 2 rows of this, 4 rows, and just keep doing it as much as you want, as big as you want it to be, and then do your 2 rows around for the border. But like I said already, you don't need to do the border on the top if you want to keep that little pretty wavy pattern along the top. It's up to you. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you to everyone who's been buying me a cup of coffee on my coffee page. I'll leave a link underneath the video. And also, please, it's free to subscribe to the channel. So please click on that subscribe button, and if you click on the bell icon, YouTube will tell you when I put up a new tutorial. So until the next time, happy crafting, and I'll see you all again soon. Goodbye.